Looking confident on camera has nothing to do with your confidence. I know. Who would have thought? It's an energy problem. The camera doesn't see what you look like. I mean, it does, obviously, but it feels what you're carrying, like the tension in your shoulders, rushing your words because you want this pain to end. You want this session to be over. Your eyes, like slightly disconnected, not like you've got a cock eye or like a lazy eye or anything like that. But there's just this disconnect. And that's what awkward is. It's not ugly. It's just unsettling. And the viewer, like your audience, your prospects, your clients that you care about, they're going to pick that shit up in 3 seconds. And as per usual, I have a fix for you. So, step 1, numero uno. Pick up your phone, and it doesn't matter what you say. 5 to 10 times a day, whenever you can fit it in. You might be, I don't know, walking down the hallway. You could be parked in your car, maybe not at the lights, that could be a bit dodgy. Whenever you have a spare moment, hit your camera and start recording and just talk. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. You could be telling the camera about your day. You could be bitching or moaning about your significant other, although I'm sure most of you don't do that. It doesn't matter what you say. You want to get used to talking to this camera like the little person inside the lens. Okay, make it your best friend. Now, if you do that 5 to 10 times a day, let's say you only do it 5 times a day. That is 35 videos a week. Don't worry about posting. Don't even think about what you're going to say. Right now, you are building the muscle. It's like with the gym, right? Like I used to be really freaking fat, like overweight. The first muscle I had to exercise wasn't like my chest or shoulders or biceps. It was the muscle of consistency. And I told myself, all I need to do is walk into the gym. And so I would walk into the gym every single day. And that built the muscle of consistency. Everything else follows. So just pick up your phone, have a conversation, and talk to it 5 to 10 times a day. Gee, this morning I drove down the road and I can't believe this guy nearly cut me off in traffic. But then I remembered when I was in Bali, everyone cuts everyone off and it's just super chill and zen. Boom, end recording. Like that's all you need to do. Step number 2. Now this tripped me up so many times, it's not even funny. And I figured out what the problem was, and then I even said to myself, this is the rule, don't do this again. And then I broke it on more than one occasion, and it always comes to like bite me in the ass. And that is set up and record at different times. Now, it's different for us if we're filming clients. So we film hundreds of clients and we just set up and we do our thing and all the rest of it. It's totally different if you are the one that has to present. Okay, there is a different energy going on between handling all the tech and plugging this and unplugging that and you know, checking the focus. Are you on autofocus, manual focus, the exposure, the backdrop? What sort of shit have I got in the frame here? Have I got yesterday's coffee cup with a little like stain dripping down? Like it's a totally different energy between that and presenting. Okay, because the presentation isn't meant to be like this crazy bam, 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 bam. Okay, it's meant to be conversational. You're meant to be picturing this one person in your head, like your audience, and that you actually like care about them. And so the message that you have for them today on that particular recording session is meant to be helping them or encouraging them or inspiring them in some way. Now, how the heck can you go from setting up all this stuff and clearing the backdrop and doing this? And if you've got kids in the house, you're like, yo, keep it down or there's no bedtime story. You know, you're making some kind of threat, you know, like a hostage negotiator. You can't do that. So set up and record at different times. So have your space clear and clean from clutter and do a little test record by all means. You know, test it, make sure the video's cool and the audio's great and all the rest of it. But do that like the day before, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you're an evening person. I'm more of a morning person. Fun fact, I used to be a DJ for 15 years and I was definitely an evening and early morning person then. But now I'm a morning person, so I like to film in the morning. So getting everything ready the day before, or at least if you can't do that, like get everything ready and then take a break, reset, go sit in the sun, do some, some meditation or something like that. But do it at a different time. And you will present your best self with a different energy, an energy and a heart of serving those people, rather than one that's all like stressed out from the tech and, oh, this won't work and that won't work. Goodness me, where does this lead plug into? I don't know. And it's not going to work. Do it at a different time. Step number 3, you want to regulate your nervous system. And this isn't like meditation advice, although I do meditate every day. I know, who would have thought? This is about energy, man. So you want to like shake your body out. Breathe deeply and slowly. There's all different types of breathing. I'm going to teach you how to suck eggs or breathe. But you can do some box breathing or, 6-8 breathing, whatever you need to do. Okay, just to be calm and centered. You want to bring some cool, chill energy to the table when you're talking to your audience. And that does depend on the creative. Like maybe you've got some kind of hype promo reel and you just want to be like, yo, we got this thing happening and we were 50% off and come and buy my shit. Maybe that's the creative. In that case, you wouldn't be sitting down in a setting like this. You'd be standing up multiple locations. But you want to regulate your nervous system. So look at the creative and line your nervous system up towards that. Like if you need to be high energy, chuck on that favorite jam that's just gonna like get you out of the park. Regulate your nervous system. And the camera, it'll reward you for that. It'll give you back what you're putting in. Remember, it feels the energy. Also, pick one person that you're talking to. Don't think for a second that you're talking to a camera. Like if 100 people watch your reel, that's literally like you talking to 100 people from stage. Okay, it's a little different because if your talk on stage was an actual reel, people would be skipping out after a second or two. So you'd have like a hall full of 100 people and like maybe 70% of them would leave immediately. Now that's going to be kind of awkward. So maybe don't think about that. Pick a friend that you really enjoy talking about, a person that brings out like the best in you. And if your creative is in line with the vibe, the energy of that person and that conversation, then hold them like in your mind's eye and just talk to that person. I'm doing it right now. I won't tell you who, because sometimes you have best friends and they're like, oh, why weren't you thinking about me when you're talking to the camera, pretending that there was just one person you're talking to? And then there's like a little jealousy, and then there's a silent feud, and then they'll get drunk 5 years from now at a significant birthday that you're hosting, and it'll be like, man, there was that one time you were talking to camera and you were holding one person in your mind. Like, why wasn't it me? Like, why am I a bad friend? Why am I that person? So yeah, pick one person and hold them in your mind's eye and just talk to them. Have a conversation. Step number 4. 4's my favorite number, by the way. I was born on the 4th. I won't tell you what month for you internet stalkers out there. Step number 4, block out some time. And this may seem like so super like obvious and it's just like, oh, duh, you know what I'm going to do it with no time. But what you need to understand is that time is sacred. You want to have zero pressure, like zero pressure. So it's a conversation. So when you're blocking out the time, you want to set intention behind that and think about, well, hey, when I have that time, I'm just going to have some fun. I'm going to be chatting with this particular person and it's just a conversation, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So block out that time and set the intention behind that time that you're going to have fun, that it's going to be good vibes. Remember, you don't need to worry about any of the tech because you've already set all that stuff up. So block it out. And, this is a test, an experiment. Like it doesn't, you're not going to live or die based on this thing. Okay, start thinking about these things as experiments, like, hey, I'm going to experiment creating content. Like no one needs to know. Not even your friends or family need to know unless they're like wondering why you're having conversations with no one in the room. And, that could get kind of awkward. Like, if You know, the wife is like, man, I heard you talking to someone. Who are you talking to? Like, let me check your phone. Like, and if you're in that situation, this isn't relationship advice, but, you know, maybe you ever need a conversation around boundaries and privacy and trust. And we're getting way off track here. Block out some time. Action step. Be honest with me in the comments here. Drop a 1 if you feel that it's been confidence that's been holding you back from filming videos, and drop a 2 if it's been something else. And let me know what that something else is. If you need me to make a video on that something else, then I can, unless of course it's something like completely weird, like, can you make a video on this? Like, it could be unrelated, like, you know, I don't know about Pokemon collections or anything like that. So if it's something like that, that's definitely a no from me, okay? My chair will not turn around.